Hi all. I'm going to show you a few quick tips for working with Visual Studio. So if you're doing the C++ beginner course, you can download all the samples from GitHub. That's going to give you something that looks like this. One of the directories is going to be this one, 2019 MS-Dev. This has project files for compiling all the different examples. So what you're going to want to do is find the file c++.sln. That stands for solution file. If you double click that, it's going to bring up Visual Studio. All right, and then you're going to see something like this. This is the Solution Explorer here. If you don't see it right away, it should be this window with this tab here. Shows you all the different examples. There's this one, these are each called projects, and there's a project for every single code example in the course. This here, all build is a special project. So if we run that, and so I right click, if I build, that's going to build every single example. That's part of the course. We can also instead choose an example to work with. So this is listing all the examples in alphabetical order. So let's look at Hello World. If I right click on that and I say set as startup project, that makes this the active project. And so when we run, it's going to run this program. So here, if I expand out the source files folder, this, double clicking this, brings up the actual source code for this example, which is Hello World. And so then I can do things like build. And then here, this output window shows us the results of the compilation. And then I can, if I go to debug, I can either run while debugging, which I'll show you in a minute, or I can just start without debugging. So let's choose that. So this is a console program. So running this opens a console window, outputs the text, which corresponds to this line, see out hello world. And then it just waits for us to close the window by pressing any key. So let's do that. So I press enter again there. All right, so what if there are errors in the program? So what if I do something like int a or q equals 4? So handy thing is it kind of gives us a hint that something's wrong, but let's just see what a compiler error looks like. So that gives us these things here in the error list. And then you can also look at the error here. So, okay, we see it's on line 12 and it's a syntax error missing this before return. So missing this semicolon before return. So we know that we actually wanted to put this here. So now let's build again. So now that's set. So now let's look at the debugging capabilities of this. So if you click in this margin right here, you can put a red dot. These are breakpoints. And when we run in debug mode, which is this, our program will pause execution at any place where we put a breakpoint. So here we are at this breakpoint. So we're just before executing this line here. So if we open the console, it's empty. And so what I can do is this bar right here are all our debugging options. So I can stop debugging. I could restart the program. I can show next statement. I can step into. So if this were a function on this line, this would step into the function. I can also step over, which just will go to the next line, or I can step out. So if I were inside a function and I wanted to go to the calling function, I would press this button. So let's just step over and get to the next line. So that brings us here. And then we see here, so this shows us all the variables in our program, particularly those currently in scope, and what values they currently have. So here we have Q, but it doesn't have a value yet. So it just looks like there's garbage in there. The other thing that's useful is over here, we have the call stack. So this external code is, we can think of it as our operating system, and this shows us the function that we're in right now. Let's see. Yep. And so let's step. And so we see that after we step through this line, now it has the value 4, just like we expect. The other thing that's useful is continue. So what continue does is it keeps executing the program until it encounters another breakpoint. So I'm going to do that. Since there was only the one breakpoint, the program's just going to complete. And then I go to the console program and I see this. So one potential gotcha is when I click on the console window, you see that white block, that freezes the console window. So when the console is frozen, you may not see any other output. So what you do is you just press enter, and that removes the cursor and unfreezes the console. So here I'm just gonna do this again. And that's it. So as you're practicing with these programs, what you can do is change which one is the starting project, and then expand, double click to open, and then you can edit these as you wish, run them, debug them, whatever you like. And that's all I wanted to show you.